Have you asked yourself why it is that the security boys are following former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua around? His movements are being monitored. Have you asked yourself why? I can hear the response from some of us. We have nothing to do with Mount Kenya politics. We don't like Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua was involved with Ruto in messing up Kenya. It is only that they fell out just the other day. So don't tell us anything about Rigathi Gachagua. I can hear you saying that. However, please allow me to remind you that everything is linked. If you want to analyze something accurately, you must appreciate the fact that every single thing you come across, every single event, every single development could be linked to something else you're interested in. And I have news for you. This is very closely linked to a lot of other things, very dramatic, unfolding in Kenyan politics right now. And by the way, poleni sana those who have fallen for the government bloggers' tactic of creating animosity between Kenyans, and especially creating animosity amongst other Kenyans against our dear beloved brothers and sisters from the Mount Kenya region. You see, historically in Kenya, successive governments have always been very, very afraid of the House of Mumbi. Even when the president has been from this community, the government has still been very terrified of Mount Kenya. And last time I checked, nothing has changed. Now, consider the following. Would it not be a smart strategy to ensure whatever Kenyans want to do against the Ruto regime, one just ensures the House of Mumbi are not together with other Kenyans? Game shot. Divide and rule, the oldest tactic in politics. And so please join me in my camp of those who have refused to be fooled. Anyway, back to what we were saying. Rigathi Gachagua is no longer the deputy president. Rigathi Gachagua no longer has power. Really, when you think about it, Rigathi Gachagua is not a major political force, and therefore his impact should be minimal. And so I ask again, why would the government be so careful to follow every move that Gachagua makes? Why? The second question I'd like to address today on my show is, why is there so much panic in UDA, and especially at the high table, especially deep in the Ruto administration? Why are people sweating so much? People are sweating. People are in panic. Why? Now, in case this is news to you, let me give you a little more information. If you read the body language of the people who matter in Kenya, these days, vindu vichenjanga, things are different. The hearty laughs during functions are gone. This showing off, flashing expensive things is gone. The cockiness, the swag in some people's walk is gone. In case you didn't notice. In case you're yet to notice. And there are a number of other telltale signs that will clearly tell anybody who is observant that things have changed. I'm going to start in reverse by answering the second question first. And you'd better prepare yourself for a shocker. A very serious shock. I strongly advise that you be seated. Okay? But very quickly before that, please allow me to introduce our brand new sponsors for today's show. And this is prime land for sale in Nakuru, for the sake of those Kenyans who have been away from home for too long. These days, Nakuru is not a town. Nakuru is a beautiful city. One of the most beautiful cities in the country called Kenya. Now this particular plot, about an eighth, is behind the Ebony area. Now those familiar with Nakuru will immediately know that this is a very busy, prime area for commercial development. And the owner, who is a member of this channel, wants only 6 million for it. Slightly negotiable. Now in my opinion, that is a bargain. That's a very good price. And the fact that they are saying it is slightly negotiable is bound to give the new owner an even greater deal. And there are many things you can do with this plot. You can even put up residential flats, apartments, for the fast growing Nakuru population. I'm not an expert, but that would not be a bad investment. Now you can see a number on your screens right now, 0728 852 777. For those of us who are interested, please call that number right away to avoid disappointment. Right. I'm sure you're all waiting for the shocker. The main reason why the Adani deals, those two deals, were cancelled so quickly, the reason why the government changed her mind so fast, the reason why people in UD are so worried, is because of the tiny, whiny little bit of information I am about to give you. According to US law, if you commit a crime in US dollars, for example, you get bribed in US dollars, it automatically falls under US jurisdiction. Did you get that? Let me simplify it. Bila kizungu mingi, you commit a crime as per US laws, and this thing you did it using US dollars. You can be charged in the United States of America. Now we all know that Adani has already been indicted in the US. And some people are talking about one of the favorite tactics of the Justice Department, something called a plea bargain. Now, you know, a plea bargain is the kind of tool which the Americans like using. Why? Because it enables them to completely wipe out, finish a criminal ring, a cartel. They finish it kabisa in one sweep. How so? Because in a plea bargain, the deal is you tell us everything and then we reduce the sentence, or even we do away with it. Now I'm sure you know what that means. What it simply means is that in case this Adani Manenos goes into a plea bargain, they will give the US government all information. I need to repeat that for emphasis. They will give the US government all information involving all crimes in US dollars. And in case you didn't know, bribes for big deals in Kenya are normally received, please say it with me, are normally received in US dollars. Hey, I believe now we know why people are sweating the way they're sweating. Folks, this thing is real. This is not propaganda. This is not theories. This is not trying to paint a certain possible scenario. No! This is the reality on the ground. You know, some Kenyans have been talking about people asking for a refund of the bribes because the deals have been cancelled. That one is nothing. Compared to this, that one is nothing. Because you'll remember I said in an earlier video, if there is something the Justice Department in the US are known for, something that they have a reputation for, it is in being thorough. When an investigation is done, a serious, thorough investigation is done. Everything is covered. I believe now you have a very clear picture of what is about to unfold, which is going to have such a huge impact on Kenyan politics. Unprecedented. The kind of impact we have never, ever witnessed before in our long history as a country. Because in my opinion, a history of 60 plus years is a long history. At least it's long enough. Now, while you recover from that one, let me answer the first question we started with. Why is the government so interested in what Rigathi Gachagua is up to? Well, the answer is simple. This war between Gachagua and the Ruto regime is serious. It is so serious that every move Gachagua has made so far, even when you hear him talking, whenever he's given a chance to make a speech, it is very clear that what he has in mind is something called revenge. What he has in mind is lazima amalize serikali ya Ruto kabisa. That is clearly what he has in mind. I'll give you a quick recent example. The former deputy president is quoted as having said very recently, addressing the incoming president, Donald Trump, Gachagua said that those in government involved in the Adani deal should be dealt with by the US government. They should have sanctions imposed. For example, bottom line, the US government must deal with them. Hey! Another example, I know many of us stopped following Gachagua after the impeachment. They are no longer interested. And so I suspect this will be breaking news for more people than you can imagine. Another example is that Gachagua has said that the reason why he fell out with Ruto was mainly because of the Adani deals. And then he added, and other things. But he said mainly the Adani deal. Gachagua says that he tried to advise President Ruto about the Adani deals. Wachana na hii maneno ya Adani, iko na ukora nyingi. That is what Gachagua said. He tried to advise the president, and that is when they started falling out. Hatred and venom started being targeted at him, leading to the impeachment. That is what Gachagua is saying. And remember, he has waited until the Adani developments in the US, which have shocked the world, he has waited until that moment to start telling us how walikosana kwa sababu ya Adani na mambo ingine. What does that tell you? That should very clearly tell you this is a man who hataki serikali ya Ruto ipone. He does not want the government of William Samoei Ruto to survive. He is a man on a mission. He is very determined. He is going to great lengths to ensure that he brings down the government of Ruto. And so, is it any wonder that is getting tailed by vehicles parked outside his residence all the time, following him everywhere he goes. Is it any wonder? Would you be surprised after you take in that information? I don't think so. Folks, kimeumana kuumana. And the drama that is about to unfold in Kenya, my friends, it will make drama bin drama, Arab drama, Ole drama, Said drama, Nyar drama, Aero drama, zote pamoja na zingine nyingi. It will make all that look like mere child's play. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.